Hey guys, what's up? It's Bobby with Gilk Sports Cards. Hope you are having a fantastic day. My plan is to drop this video on Thanksgiving. So if I remember to do so, I want to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving today. Hope you're eating lots of amazing foods, enjoying time with your families, of course, and hopefully watching some good football. So, hey guys, have a great holiday. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for checking my channel out for a few minutes. Uh, every couple months, I try my best to remember to do a little video about grading and just my opinion and everything out there. So that's what we're going to do today. As you can see, I got CGC up, Beckett, SGC, and PSA. Those are the four companies we're going to talk about real quickly today. I know there's other ones out there. Tag's new, and they have a little bit of hype, and I haven't done a whole lot of research. I know they do things differently, maybe with like AI technology or whatnot. With the grading in the cards. HGA, I think they got bought out, I believed. I really like HGA slabs. I think it's cool with all the different colors and all that kind of stuff. And there's a few other ones out there, but just hey, you do you. Just in my opinion, pretty obviously those other companies, the value of our cards in those slabs, they're just not there yet. And not to be a greedy, money hungry human being, but my our cards in these four companies, and specifically on the bottom up, PSA, SGC, Beckett to CGC, it's just worth more money. And so that's just kind of the direction I'm going. So, hey, if you have any great experiences with those other companies, if you're selling a few of their cards on eBay or other platforms and you're seeing that, the prices are just as good as these companies, let me know. I'll be curious. I'll do some research. I'm willing to give someone else a chance, but I'm just not seeing that right now. So, anyways, let's start off with CGC. We'll look over here for quick at some of my cards. You see a PSA, Justin Fields, and a couple of Blaze Jordans. There's a Beckett and a SGC. What you're not seeing is a CGC card because I've never graded with them before, and I've actually only purchased one card in my entire life from CGC. It's no disrespect to them. That card was a prospect from the Cubs, James Trianto, some type of numbered card. It was a 10 from CGC. I cracked it, sent it to PSA, and unfortunately it came back a 9, which surprised me. It looked good, but so yeah, and I have nothing against CGC for that. They didn't do anything wrong, but they're kind of known for low end cards. So sending your base cards to them and trying to flip them that way. Some guys and gals like to use them for PC cards, which we'll talk about a little bit later. They have a great slab. Most people think it's the best one. So when I did purchase that one card, the slab is great. Like, I think it's fantastic. Feels good, firmer. It looked good. Uh, I don't use a company because of their slab. I think it's just a bonus. For me, again, not being greedy and whatnot, it's just about value for me. So there you go. There's your current prices with them. They're fantastic prices. Bulk is $12 a card, but you have to have 25 cards minimum, which I think is a little rough. And you get them back in 45 days, which isn't too bad. And if you want to spend $15 a card, there are no minimum, and you get them back a little bit quicker with $25 or 20 in 25 days. So again, I have no disrespect with CGC. I just watched a video, basically a tour of their facility and their graders and their president, and everything I heard was great. Just the facts are that the value of your cards in their slabs right now are just not up to par of the other three companies that we're going to talk about. And sadly enough, that's just kind of more important to me right now. But hey, I know a lot. They do a lot of business. A lot of people like them. That's just my opinion. So let's move on to Beckett. Beckett is, God, I actually absolutely love Beckett. I think their slab, and now this is not like a big card or anything. It is just, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's my favorite. Just thick. Uh, I love how they do subgrades. I think that's huge. I should have picked one that had a 9.5 or something. I have some other Beckett stuff. I just think it looks really good in here. Beckett was the top dog in sports grading a few years back. Let's see if I can get this back up. I knew that was going to happen. And then unfortunately, they just kind of, that probably fall again. They just kind of lost their focus and all the momentum, and they are absolutely getting crushed right now. If I could literally have a job that I could just magically take over, it would be right now. My number one choice would be the president of Beckett. Like, I don't mean to sound cocky, but I know with 100% certainty there's some things that seem obvious to me that I can do with that company to completely turn it around. It's like they're not even trying. I have some really nice cards. Just bought this Justin Fields out of 25. I know it's a collegiate, but it's National Treasures. I got the sick Mike Trout autograph from 2018 out of 25. Like, they're known for thicker cards, and I'm ready to send those to them. But the problem is that a few months ago they said they were going to change, their grading system, and their 9.5 might turn to a 10 now, and all this craziness. And then people went nuts, and they said, "Okay, never mind. We'll talk to you guys about it later." And they haven't talked about it since. So I don't want to go out there and spend all types of money on grading their cards, and then all of a sudden a month later the grades don't mean anything because they're changing their system. So I'm just waiting for them to make an announcement. As soon as they do that, I got some cards to send to them. So anyways, Beckett for me is thicker cards, and they actually do really, really well with baseball autographs, especially Bowman. If you looked up their values of like a 9.5 with a 10 autograph, it's pretty close to a PSA 10. PSA 10 does have them, but it's a pretty short gap. So if I ever see a baseball auto, especially Bowman, that might be just like a kind of a valuable card, I'll probably send it to PSA first and see if I get lucky. If it comes back a 9, absolutely. If it's a really valuable card, I will crack it and send it to Beckett and see if I can get a 9.5, because a 9.5 is definitely worth more. So they do a really good job with baseball. As you can see, their prices, they have a collector's special, which is $18 per card. That does include subgrades, which if you're not doing subgrades with them, you're making a huge mistake. So make sure you do subgrades. 10 card minimum is fine. The cards are $400 max value. And then their base is $22 per card with subgrades. No minimum there, so you spend a little bit more, but you don't have to do 10 cards. The issue is, as you can see right here, I'm sorry for the bad handwriting right here, 60 plus days before you get the cards back. The big thing there is that plus. I haven't graded with Beckett for a while. The last time I did, it took about 4 months. So that little plus there doesn't mean it's like 61 days or 65 days. From what I'm hearing, it's a lot more than 60 days. They are very, very, very slow. So anyways, I'm rooting for Beckett. They just got a new president. It kind of got me excited. And then that was a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anything from him. Haven't heard anything about their slabs, their grading system, what they're going to do. They're just, again, it's like nothing happened. They're just, I don't know what they're waiting for. Like, make a move, guys. Are you in the grading business or not? You used to be number one. If anyone, in my opinion, has a chance because of their name, their slab, their momentum with autographs and thicker cards and this or that, can make a move on PSA, I think it's Beckett, but they're not even trying. So I will continue to use them for thicker cards and autos, like I said, and I'm just keeping them now until they at least give us a little information on what their direction is. So next is SGC. SGC is freaking awesome. They are the best company out of all of them. I know I just talked highly about Beckett. This is because, I back in the day, they were the first grading. I like their slabs. I like everything about Beckett, my card, and their slab. But SGC, man, they do everything absolutely awesome. Their CEO Peter Obviously, you've never met him, but he's been on a bunch of different channels and discussed his company and what they're doing, and he's just so honest and out front about everything. Um, they always have really good specials, and they are by far the best company with getting your cards back the quickest. They are making moves. They're shelling out more and more cards every month, it seems. But on the negative side, their values are still way behind PSA. Don't have any examples for you guys today. Sorry about that. I'm not at that level as a YouTuber. I don't even have 400 subscribers. So we're not there yet where I'm going to start spending that much time doing it. Hopefully I can down the road if I can get this thing up to 1,000 subscribers or more. Uh, but, uh, man, SGC just does everything really, really well. As you can see, there's specials right there. They have a baseball special for 2022 and 2023 Bowman. It's $9 per card. There's no minimum, and you get your cards back in like 10 days or less. That's craziness. That's as soon as they get them, it'll be out. It'll be out in 5 to 10 days. That is absolutely amazing. Let's talk about that for a second. Here's the problem I have with that. Okay. So 2023 Bowman draft. I almost bought a hobby box, but I didn't. No, actually, that's not even a good example. Let's just do like 2022 Bowman. Like, so I bought some retail 2022 Bowman. They had a special last year, $9 a card. It was actually the same. And I bought some retail, and within a couple days, I was gathering up the cards I wanted to send them. I wanted to give them a try. And then beforehand, thank God, I looked up prices of like the top guys. I don't know, Drew Jones, Junior Caminero. This was just kind of like the base paper, the base chrome cards. And the SGC 10s were going for like $20, 25 at the max for like the best players. And their 9s were going for like $10. So I was actually too late. It's such a good deal. Everyone loads up and sends them to SGC so quickly and gets them back, and it's the market gets flooded. The only way this works, this $9 card works, in my opinion, is if I would have bought Bowman hobby boxes, which are released before retail, obviously, like a week or two before, and then open it as soon as you get it, and get all those base cards and whatever cards you want to send in for grading, and then send to SGC, because you'll be the first ones out, because those cards were selling for double of what I would have gotten for it. You're not gonna, if you get a 9 or a 9.5, you're still gonna make money on those. So the Bowman specials, I think it's awesome, especially if you're just kind of a collector, like, because SGC has, the value is pretty good, and it's $9 a card just to have, some PC cards and whatnot. Dude, go after it. But if you're looking to flip cards, like base cards and all that from Bowman, I think it only works. It only works if you have if you buy hobby boxes, and then you'll open it the day you get it and send the cards to SGC that day if possible, or the next day, because you got to get it to the market quickly to make any profit. So anyway, thumbs up to SGC. I have not graded with them for a while. Again, and I'm sorry, it's all greed. It's just because, hey man, they get the cards to you quickly. Like, they do everything right. But even at, say their standard $15 per card, even though I get them back in 10 days, PSA at $19 a card, and I get them back in 60 days, it's close, maybe, but I still think if I get a PSA 10 and that player's hot, I just think it's, 40, 50% more, value. So I'm just, at this point, I got to give them a shot. Just you and I discussing this whole thing, I got to give SGC a shot, because I just respect that company so much. So coming soon, guys, I'll figure some cards to send to those guys. I will do it, because I want to give business to companies that I really believe in. So we'll figure that out. So PSA, lastly, I am a PSA homer of every 100 cards I grade, 99 are probably PSA. Just being totally honest, maybe 98. The cards are just the most valuable. Uh, People talk consistency, and you've watched my videos. If you subscribe to the channel and you see some of my blind reveals, it always seems like there's one card per submission that's just super wacky. Like you get a PSA 5, like my Brock Purdy. Orange Fanatics exclusive. My last card I did like 2 months ago in a reveal video, I got a PSA of a 5. I literally opened up the pack, pulled that card, looked at it, saw no damage, no scratches, no fingerprints, good corners, put it in a sleeve and sent it to PSA and I got a 5. Doesn't mean that from Panini the card was crap, but it just wasn't. There was nothing wrong with it. I cracked it, looked at it, and besides a tad bit off center, there was nothing wrong with the card. Like, sure, maybe a 9, but maybe even an 8, I guess. But like a 5, there was no damage, there's no cracks in the back of the card. It was a weird deal. But also on the other side of it, guys, because PSA is the biggest, right? They're the biggest company. They get the most heat, and I think sometimes it's unfair. You know, everyone's tries to be against them because they do so much more business than everybody else. Everyone's always more harder on the bigger companies. Again, I don't think they deserve all the heat that they get. They make mistakes just like all the other companies, but it seems to me that they figure it all out and they do the right thing. So specials right now, they have a 70 special, $14.99 a card. You get it in 65 days. Has to be valued $199 or less. And then the big one for me right now is their value bulk. It's $19 per card. It has to be valued under $4.99, and you get them back in about 65 days, which is about right. I'm getting my cards back actually probably a little bit better than that within 2 months normally. So they have they have specials going on right now every week. They announce it on Monday mornings. Again, this week is 70s. They show a little hint of what it will be every week. And the first 3 letters of next week was WAL. So I think it's a walk-in special, which probably is not going to help 99% of collectors. So probably have a deal where it's like, 40% off if you bring your cards to a PSA office in California or wherever else they're at, to get, and I'm sure that's higher end cards to get graded. They'll have a deal there. My hopes are, guys, before the end of the year, to have like a $12 to $15 special for modern cards, because I'm saving up a pile of like base cards and like of really good players, and cards that don't make sense at $19 per card, but if it was a 12, I could probably still make some money. So I'm holding on to that. So for me, guys, it's strictly a business decision. PSA is the direction I'm going for the most part right now. Just because I want all my cards to be as valuable as they can. So last discussion is PC and cards that you PC and what company that you should go with on your PC card. So one of my favorite YouTubers in the sports card industry is Neo Cards and Comics. Give him a follow if you haven't heard of him. I listen to him on my runs every morning. It's a bad morning when he doesn't have a video for me to listen to. I got to figure out something else. Great content, a smart guy. He doesn't actually like buy and sell that many cards. Like he probably does a PSA reveal like every 2 or 3 months, and it's like 10 cards. And like me, I'm doing about 100 cards a month from PSA or other companies. But the decisions he makes are usually the right direction, and he tells you when to sell a card and to sell on a player, and when you should sell or buy cards and sell cards, and he's right 9 out of 10 times. So I really like his stuff. But his only thing I disagree with is him with his PC cards. So he PCs Manny Ramirez. Now, if it was like 50-cent, $1 Manny Ramirez cards, then I get what he's doing. But he actually has nice ones like $50 refractors and $150 like autographs. And what he says is because it's his PC, he doesn't want to spend a ton on grading, so he uses CGC. He loves the CGC slab. So do I. Like, it's a great slab. It's just a PC card. His plan is to never sell it. So that's the direction that he wants to go for his PC. So here's my argument, okay? That Manny Ramirez autograph that he spent $150 for, got it, sent it to CGC. Let's say, for argument's sake, he got a CGC 9 because it's a thicker card. It's probably what he got. Well, what happens if he goes to a card show and he sees a Manny Ramirez autograph with a sticker patch out of 10 for a pretty good deal? Yet he doesn't want to like fork out another, I don't know, say $150, $200 for that card, right? Well, that's why my PC cards, my Chicago Cubs, my Chicago Bears, whatever, my Junior Camarones. At this point, I shouldn't say that's a PC because I'm definitely going to flip the majority of those, but that's why I put them in PSA slabs. Like Ernie Banks, for example, I have an Ernie Banks rookie. It's a PSA 3. Like, what if I came and I saw like a PSA 5, like a PSA 5 for a great deal? Well, I'm going to sell my PSA 3 to give me a little bit of that money back and then purchase the PSA 5. Like, what he's doing is now he has to sell a CGC card with Manny Ramirez auto, which if he would have used PSA or these other companies would have been way more valuable in those slabs. So he's losing money, in my opinion. Now, again, if he's just going to spend another $150 and put it in the CGC and have both of them, all right, that's his deal. But for me, even my PC cards, I want them to be as most valuable as they can, just in case I want to upgrade. So the one curveball, guys, okay, his PC guy is Manny Ramirez. Okay, I don't PC this guy yet. I just bought my first card of him, actually, but my favorite baseball player growing up as a Cubs fan was Jerome Walton. Probably a majority of you guys have never even heard of Jerome Walton, but he had a crazy stance. He won Rookie of the Year. Dwight Smith finished second. He had like 3 or 4 good years with the Cubs, and then unfortunately got traded to Baltimore and kind of had a year or two, did okay, and then he was just gone. But that was my guy. I tried to swing like him when I was in Little League. He was just my guy. Now, his cards are worth absolutely nothing. So if I'm going to PC and buy a bunch of his cards, then I get it. $12 a card, because they're not worth anything anyways. I'm just going to look at them. I'll never sell them. It doesn't matter. That would make sense to use the CGC. They have great slabs and price point and this or that. But if it's a card like has some value, right? I don't know if it's a Jerome Walton 1 of 1 that maybe it's like you spent $30 or $40 for or something. I just would rather see it in a PSA slab or a Beckett or whatnot. So that's my argument with the PC. Again, only on like valuable cards. If it's a quarter card or 50-cent card, dollar card, I get it. Just save your money. Just put it in a CGC slab. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment. What's your thought? Don't kill me too bad. I know I'm a PSA homer. It's just, man, just the cards are more valuable. I think SGC is starting to step up a little bit. I am definitely going to give them a chance soon. But still, they're 40% behind PSA. And just my goal right now is to have as much value as I can so that I can sell those cards to buy, GOAT cards. And I want a Kobe and Tiger auto, and I want a Michael Jordan rookie. I know it's a long ways away for something like that. Even a PSA 1, I don't care. And to achieve those goals, I have to make as much margin as I can, which means I have to use PSA most of the time. So don't kill me too much in the comments, but let me know what company you guys grade with. If you have different strategies, because if there's a chance, if I could do some business with CGC and make a little bit of money and Beckett or these other companies, I'll do it. Like, should I send all my base cards to CGC? Does that work out? I don't see it, but maybe, right? SGC, should I get on that Bowman program? Did I miss I just Was I just way too late on there? Like that $9 a card, all like even 2022 Bowman, are those selling for, pretty good right now? I should do some research. In fact, I will. That might be my my in with them, is I do have some like Bowman paper and base of some pretty solid players. That's what I'm gonna do, guys. This weekend I'm gonna go through my Bowman stuff, 2022, 23, and see if I can find some base stuff that look good, like have a chance for 9.5s or 10 with them, and then I'll look up their prices on eBay and see if it's worth taking a shot with them. So that's definitely a possibility. So thank you again. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for spending 25 minutes with me. It's gonna take a long time to upload this sucker. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow on a video, and happy grading, guys. Peace.